cool fun car. This is the 2000 Porsche Boxster S. As you can see, the chassis number 96. This is the car that Porsche made to save themselves out of a bankruptcy back in the 90s. And this looks just like the early model 996 911. The newer 996 911, because of the complaints from the owners, they redesigned the front end. Now this Boxster is a roadster. It's a convertible. They did not make any hardtops. That's what Cayman is. And this is going down in the price because they're starting to hit 20-year-old marks, and you can find a very nicely maintained example like this for under $10,000 now, which makes it a pretty much a bargain. So they have a regular Boxster. The earlier years had the 2.5 liter flat 6 motor that made a little over 200 horsepower, and then towards the later years, I think from like 1999 or like 2000 to 2003, they bump up the displacement of the motor to 2.7 liter. The Porsche Boxster S is 3.2 liter. It's a little bit of D-board 911 engine, and the one thing cool about the Boxster S is it's the only Boxster that comes with the 6-speed manual transmission. If you do get automatic transmission, which is a 722.6 Mercedes 5-speed automatic transmission, never driven it, no opinion. I have no information on it. Probably something that you want to look into Mercedes. So let's go from the interior. I'm gonna go through some features. So you got the, just like other European cars, headlight control dash thing here, low beam. This is low beam, daytime running light, and then if you pull it out, you can set it to parking lights, left or right. And then if you pull it, it's a fog light for front, fog light for rear, and then you'll see the lights coming on here. That is very annoying. The steering wheel, this is the standard steering wheel. One of the earlier models will have a 4-spoke. This is a 3-spoke design. And just like any other Porsches, the ignition column is on the left side. And then if you put it onto on position, you can see the oil level. As you can see, mine's on the full size. You gotta make sure the car is on a level surface. We are actually a little bit off the ground. We're on the lift. And looking at the climate control unit, they're all over the places. Some of them, they have the climate control unit here, some of them have here. I've seen some having here. It's because, you know, Porsche offered a cup holder that fits exactly on the single din, and if you have a cup holder, you have a climate control here, and may not have this audio equalizer. I don't know about the whole options too much. This is a CDR220. The stock audio, if you have the early model, will be a little bit different. This has a factory auxiliary, as you can see, that you can plug it in. And this is the wiper interval thing. You can go from slowest to the fastest. So all the interior stuff, I've never really heard anything breaking much. Like these, I heard that these LCDs inside have liquids in it, as you can see. That can go bad, but if that goes bad, you'll see it. So other than that, not much of a hidden issue on these cars. Make sure the convertible top does work. It's fully automatic. This one doesn't work because you have to pull up the parking brake, and then you'll see it working. It comes on like this, and it closes, and then you close the latch, and then there's a wind deflector here, and then this is the windows for driver side, passenger side. They're both auto up and auto down. If you have convertible open, if you have convertible that's closing or opening, it'll go up only that much. Some of them will have heated seats. This one does. And this is a little glove box thing, and you have a key in, and then if you lock the car, and then if you lock the car, put it in a alarm mode, you'll see light blinking there, and if someone actually tried to open this, the alarm will go on. This is a rear speaker assembly, and this is one of the few cargo space for this car. And there's another one here on the door panel on both sides. You got side airbags, the equalizer here. Pretty simple interior, pretty refined. These leathers and the leather seats, they're on a little bit loose side from the factory, so if you see a car that's been sitting under the sun for a while, you see this wrinkling developing on the dash or on the hair or on the seats. This one, there's some on the hair, as you can see. So I'm going to turn that car back off, pull the key out, and here's a cruise control, and then some of them will have a onboard OB, like a trip meter thing here, and you'll have an extra stock. They'll tell you what kind of fuel economy you're getting and all that stuff. Well, this one doesn't. Why did I put the top only this far? Is because this is a mid-engine layout. That means the engine is not on the rear, not on the front. It's actually underneath this convertible top. And to get to the engine, to even look at the engine, you gotta take out a bunch of stuff on here. You gotta take out the speaker, detach the convertible top, all that stuff. And then to look at the serpentine belt assembly, you gotta take out this carpet, and there's a panel inside that you undo all the bolts, and then you'll see the serpentine belt assembly. The Boxster do have a spoiler. It's automatic, and it comes off on certain speed. Why is this one on even though the car is on? Because you can manually adjust it through the button on the fuse panel box. So make sure if that works or not. And then this car has a frunk and trunk, and check if both of them are lining up correctly. Should stay on both sides. The dipstick is over here. This is where you put oil. This is where you put coolant. This is your coolant level meter. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I have a bunch of parts. The axles, they go out all the time. So I'm gonna put the car up on the lift and tell you what kind of common things that these cars struggle through, because there's not really much to look at. Fuel here, and then the frunk. The latch is right there, and then if you open it up, you'll see the spare tire will have a tool little in here, brake fluid. This is the factory amplifier, CD 6-disc changer, and then if you take these pins off, you'll see the battery inside, and that is your washer fluid. And if you have a headlight that looks like this, that has a projector on it, this is a Bosch Listronic headlight, and they're self-leveling, adaptive kind of headlight. I'm not too sure, but I hear they're pretty expensive. The Boxster S has 3 radiators, and the regular Boxster has 2 radiators, if I'm correct. And the Boxster S will have this center radiator vent when the regular Boxster doesn't. And then you have a headlight washer on both sides. So we're gonna put it up on the lift and see what is underneath. Have the car on the air. Let's see what things are underneath the car and what kind of things you need to check when you're trying to buy one of these. The muffler, this is stock. It's kind of toasty because I was driving it earlier. Boxster S will have a dual tip. Regular Boxster will have a single tip. So looking at the rear wheel, this is the 18-inch wheel. Some of them will have 17-inch wheels, an option. So now looking underneath here, you do notice that your cooling system is up on the head, and it comes all the way back here, and your water pump sits right there. That is your water pump pulley right there, and then your motor mount sits over here. This car only has one motor mount. It has 2 transmission mount, one over there and the other one over there. However, there's only one motor mount that's holding the load of the engine. What does that mean? It goes out all the time, because that motor mount If you floor the car, all the way shifts back, it will try to go up, and then when you let go of the gas or brake, it will come down. So the motor mount is one of the weakest points of this engine. As you can see, if the motor mount goes out, the engine will rock back and forth. It'll be really difficult to shift smooth, and all your stuff, the lines, axles, all the belts, everything will be moving up and down and maybe hit something. The axles are notorious for ripping the boots. And how do I know? Well, I actually read it online. But as you can see, this one has 120,000 miles, and that boot is ripped. And that boot on the inside is also ripped. On the other side, this one is about to rip, and that one is very, very ripped. So as you can see, this boot's ripped, and then once the boots rip, all the grease will come out, all the dirt will go in, and the axle will fail. Your ABS sensor is over here. They're not something that breaks all the time. Sway bar and link here, lower control arm here. You got your radius rod slash trailing arm link bar thing that goes to the front. Your front suspension is also almost identical design. You got the McPherson strut design, you got the caliper here, the hub, you got the lower control arm, 3 points, and this is what's holding the radius rod to the front of the car. And this is just a brake duct that guides the air to the brakes to cool down the brake rotors. Don't know if it actually does anything. It probably does. And the Boxster S comes with bigger brakes, and they're painted red from the factory. This one you can barely see because there's so much dust on it. And sway bar end link here, and the whole car has a nice underbody guard to get you a little bit of downforce and to protect all these stuff from rocks and other debris. The water pump, something that goes out rather frequently as well. And then you got the header here. It's a flat 6 layout, so engine is laying down. And you got dry sump oil consumption system. Your oil filter is here. And to do spark plugs or anything, you have to take the wheel off and do it that way. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but that is your spark plugs 1, 2, 3, and the spark plug is inside as well. And you don't have a valve cover, you actually have a cam cover design. So if it leaks, it's a little bit difficult to get to, because once you take those valve cover thing out, your cams will just pop out. And then this is a brace bar slash skid plate to protect your engine components, also from rocks and stuff. Your manual transmission is here, and that shifter bushing inside, that shifter linkage pin, that also snaps here and there, or comes out, I heard, and you'll feel it because you won't be able to shift in the gears properly. You have 4 catalytic converter on the car. The main catalytic converter slash the most important one's here. The secondary catalytic converter is here and goes to the resonator slash muffler, and you got, you know, both exhausts on both sides. And that's pretty much it. These cars, you know, as you can see, to really check anything, you have to go underneath the car. It makes it a little bit tricky to do a purchase inspection when you're trying to buy it, because most people don't bring jacks or jack stands when they check out a car. So it's a good idea to, you know, give a thorough driving or take it into a shop and have them inspect the car. This one is a rather good example. I don't have any leaks on the coolant or oil or transmission, nothing, no leaks, and all the bushings check out. And these were built for Autobahn cruisers. Take it to a little bit of high speeds if anything wobbles or anything's loose. This one's on a good side. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything really. The IMS bearing is probably something that you've heard millions of times already if you're trying to buy one of these. I wouldn't worry too much at this point. If it was gonna fail, it probably already failed. It had like 8% or 10% failure rate, which is extremely high, but still, in general sense, if you're not that 1 person out of 10, the car is probably okay. The IMS bearing do not make noise before it go out, I heard, so there's really no way you can find out other than service record. This one, and back in 2010, the dealer replaced clutch, flywheel, rear main seal, and IMS bearing, so this one is probably on a good hand. The suspension, the subframes here, and make sure nothing is bent or anything. So yeah, and as you can see, this one leaked before because all that stuff is a coolant residue, but it's not leaking right now. This hose is probably what leaks all the time. So if you have other information, or if you have something to add, what does that look like to you? That is a fuel tank. Yeah, your fuel tank is on the front. But if you have any more stuff to add, or any other information that you would like to share, or any question about the car, please leave a comment. And don't take all the stuff that I say as an absolute fact, because I have a lot of my opinion as well. But thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you.